This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lesson 271 through lesson 280, each of which relates to the Christ as understood in the Course. I'll be repeating this same introduction for each of lessons 271 through 280. So you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and to my further comments are provided in the description below. In the section entitled, What is the Christ?, which precedes these 10 lessons, we are told that Christ, quotes, is the capital S self we share, uniting us with one another and with God as well, end quote. And we are told that, quote, this is the only part of you that has reality in truth. The rest is dreams. Yet will these dreams be given unto Christ, to fade before his glory and reveal your holy self, the Christ, to you at last, end quote. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 273, September 30. The stillness of the peace of God is mine. This lesson is a good example of the Course talking about us not in our everyday sense, but us as that central core, the one self, which we all share with each other as the Son of God. As the one self, we do indeed eternally have the peace of God. The Course first teaches of the one self's existence, then we learn to recognize it in ourselves. Still later, we identify with it rather than our ego, more and more. But for today, just know that a part of you, the real you, is at this moment at peace. The title of today's lesson is The Stillness of the Peace of God is Mine. This statement is entirely true. It is true at this very moment, and it always will be true. You have the peace of God. The only reason we don't recognize this is because we have forgotten who and what we are. If it were true that we are only our body and ego, the stillness of the peace of God would be nothing but a nice sounding but unobtainable dream. However, you are so much more than your body and ego. You are the holy child of God Himself. So if you remember your true eternal self, you will also remember the peace of God, because it is a part of what you are. This can never change. and it can never be lost. As we are told in perhaps the most repeated phrase in the entire workbook, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. Remember that you are so much more than your body and ego, and claim your inheritance now. The stillness of the peace of God is yours.